Welcome back to the Tame Mayhem podcast. George here.
I'm Mauro. So, George, before we get started, let me go ahead and say happy birthday to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess by the time this comes out, it will be my birthday.
Yeah, we're planning ahead. But if you're hearing this, we're probably either shit faced or fucking camping somewhere. I don't know.
Camping?
Yeah, you don't want to go camping?
Fuck no.
What? Why? Camping's so much fucking fun.
Why?
It's
What do you mean? Like, I have a bed and pillow, hot food, water, plumbing. Like, why would I go camping?
Camping. It's a way to unplug, really.
Unplug what?
Just yourself from the world. You're just I'm
guess.
just gonna go hang out in the woods, fucking probably trip balls or something, or
Trip ball. But not everyone does that.
yeah, everybody's camping. Everybody's fine with it. Everyone's just sitting there, just looking at nature and shit.
Right.
But it's just a way to, unplug for a bit from your life here in the city.
See, that's why hiking is good. But camping is a whole other beast. You gotta have a lot more like preparations for that,
Oh,
just so you don't
absolutely.
die.
Yeah, no shit.
And I guess you gotta be careful when hiking too. But like, that's
You gotta
like a
be way
day
more
trip.
careful.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. To camp, yeah, it's like a one night minimum, and you really gotta be careful where you choose to camp. Especially,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
have to be aware of the weather
The wildlife
and the
maybe.
wildlife. Yeah, but it's even then, I still love camping. Camping's so fucking cool.
So you like almost dying?
I'm not almost dying. If you do the right preparations, you're never in danger.
So imagine this. Imagine you're camping and you wake up to a bear biting your legs off, and then he leaves, and then you're just there legless, bleeding out. You're gonna be like, maybe I
deserve that.
shouldn't have camped.
No, I would be like, I deserve that
No
because
way?
first, yeah,
You
'cause
would not.
That's
I
part of the
mean,
preparation.
you
You're
know,
like, oh, where am I gonna camp? Is
You
there
say
danger?
that now, but I feel like if you're ever getting your legs bitten off by a bear, you would have a lot of different perspective.
Well, plus you're thinking about like just walking off into the woods somewhere.
I'm not thinking about
there are reservations
you just
for this.
walking off into the woods.
Is that all right? So even because
I'm saying some sort of freak accident. I'm just saying, why risk it all? Is what I'm saying. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. It's nature. You can't control it.
yeah, well,
Anything can
that's part of
happen.
camping.
Yeah, it's a lot more fucking dangerous than hiking. Is the point I'm trying to illustrate.
No, I'm not arguing that. I'm just trying to illustrate the fact that camping's pretty fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't doubt it if you're into that kind of thing, but the risk assessment it's too high for me.
It's just like it's a no for me.
Too much could go wrong. Fuck. Like, my glasses broke the other day, and all I did was try to like rub them, like wipe them clean.
Oh my god, yeah, you would
Yeah.
not survive out there.
Right?
What?
Sucks.
You fucking snapped your glasses.
I didn't snap them.
Okay.
No. Tiny screw came out, and I didn't notice it. I think it was whenever like I put them on my nightstand or whatever.
Right.
And so I go to like clean them with my shirt, and then one of the lenses just pops out.
Oh.
And then I see the
my
frame's
God.
loose, and then I see the screw is gone.
That's
It was a whole like hour thing, finding the screw and
tiny
then
ass screw.
like screwing it back in. It was the world's smallest screw. I swear to God.
I know. Like if it's gonna be such a key component, at least highlight it in some sort of way. I guess like make sure all
Imagine
the
having
screws
like
are
neon
orange.
screws.
Neons-
That would look ugly.
Well, they're so small that you're not even gonna see them
Right.
because they're usually on the top of the frame.
Mm-hmm.
So if it falls out, you can at least find it and then
Yeah.
you just screw it back in.
See, I was worried like for a second, but then I was like, I got Gorilla Glue. Everything's gonna be
Got that
okay.
That Gorilla Glue.
Like, all I need to do is just apply some glue, leave it on for like 10 minutes, and then everything's fine and dandy. In fact, I was this close to doing it even when I had the screw. I just could not get it in. It's not like I have a tiny screwdriver,
I know you have
so
to
I can
like.
do this shit.
No, you probably just trying to drop it in at the right angle and you just like tightening it ever so slightly to where it doesn't pop the fucking lens out.
Yeah, and you don't want to get it on your glasses because that's a bitch to clean.
Oh my, yeah. Once you get any sort of like adhesive on the glasses, it's never coming off.
Yeah,
Just throw
it's
the glasses.
gone.
Yeah, like you can try to wash it as much as you want. You can try to use Goo Gone. It's not gonna be the same afterwards. It's gonna be just a blurring fucking spot right there.
Gugon sounds like a monster. Jeez.
Goo Gone.
Beware of Gugon.
It sounds like a Pokemon.
Gugon the Terrible.
Goo Gone the Impaler. But
That's why I would never survive on like Survivor.
Well, yeah, no shit. I
Like
feel like
just
we have a fat
that
fucking
shit
chance.
happening with my glasses, just a screw falling out. Like, dude,
Yeah, you're
like
gonna
if
be a
that happens to
liability.
me, I would be like, yeah, it's time to send me home, guys. Like I'm gonna die sooner than
Like,
anything.
yeah,
I'm
I
not gonna
mean,
win.
so you wouldn't try to, yeah, well, you wouldn't try to like
Right.
do anything. Like I don't know what I don't know what they would use for adhesive, like tree sap or something. You wouldn't try
I don't
to.
know. I guess tree sap might work there. Anything, I guess. I, I don't know, man. There's so much liability going on Survivor, but it's like, I totally would want to be there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's
I've just
it's
been watching too much of it.
it's such a good show.
I know we've talked about it before, and a
but
lot,
God
but
damn it.
damn, dude, we're binging it, like
Yeah.
me and Madeline.
Yeah, no, and people always say it's like, oh, that's garbage TV. It's garbage until they watch it. Because
Yeah.
I was exactly like that. I was
Me
like,
too.
how the fuck are you watching Survivor? That shit's trash. And then I started watching. I was
know.
like, God damn it, if it's not captivating.
Like I won't even say that it's not the same thing every season. Like the way they have the challenges and what's going on. They throw a couple curveballs, but when you get down to it, it's the same game every season.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still so fun to watch, just because
Just
people
the
can be. You can
super
do
entertaining.
basically whatever you want. You can be as shitty as you want, and nothing's gonna happen.
Exactly. There's no
Like,
consequences.
Yeah.
Like you can be just like the most conniving, devious little bastard, but like
And that's how you have to win.
Exactly.
Most of the time.
Everybody's gonna be like, oh, that's not actually him. He's just trying to win the game.
Yeah, even though he might actually be like that.
Exactly. It's
Right.
a fucking get out of jail free card. Dude.
How would you play Survivor?
I would.
Would you be a conniving asshole?
Oh God, no. Like
No?
I probably would be, but behind the scenes. 'Cause
So
yes.
yes.
be the
so, you
low
would-
key.
so yes.
But I mean, you know how there's the conniving asshole that's like open about it in the on for the cameras and everything. Then there's the people that are pretty kind of in the background. They do their job, they play their part, and they're like useful enough to where they're like they don't warrant getting called out by other people.
Right.
But behind the scenes, they're like probably just conniving little bastards.
See, I never get the people who are upfront about it. It's like, how dumb do you have to be to put a target on your back?
Exactly.
Go harassing everyone.
It's
and
like, oh, I'm
trying
confident.
to intimidate people. It's
I
like,
know.
bro, you're outnumbered.
I know you're
Like,
being a dickhead.
You're not that alpha. No one's that alpha. Everyone there is type A.
Exactly.
Like,
Everybody there's just trying to dry hump each other into submission.
But no, yeah. I mean, I guess like even the low key conniving people, they eventually have to get caught because once you get down to like 10 people, that's the biggest thing. You start off with 8 people, with your tribe, and then you get down to like 10 before you live on the same like property.
Right.
It's like people talk all the time because there's nothing else to do there. So I think it would be a little harder than you think to actually sneak around.
Well, I
and
mean,
do things behind the
that's what I'm saying.
scenes.
Just sneak around just enough to when I get to those 10, and then once I hit that, ramp it up.
See, I'm not sure. I would love to say I'd be like that conniving, but the thing I've noticed is just like you never know who's gonna go for it. Like, and I mean, like you never know who's gonna go for leadership. You never know who's gonna get voted off because it's like, I mean, you think this guy is so good at the game, and he is, but then they vote him off exactly because of that, or they keep him because of that. It just depends on the mood.
Yeah.
Right, and so I think it would be hard to try to play into both sides, considering either side can be collapsed at any moment.
That's very true.
Right, but then you also can't stay completely in the background, or they're just like
They're gonna be
Fuck
like, why
this
is he
guy.
here? Yeah, why is he
Yeah.
here? He hasn't done anything since he's got here. He's
Exactly.
just been in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to work my ass off.
No, yeah. Once
But
you get to
but
the
the
top,
problem is just like if you're just like a labor guy and you're not actually picking sides, then they're gonna see us pretty loose.
I know. That's why I'm saying, like, as soon as you get to those last 10, you ramp it up, and you're suddenly the guy that's always winning immunity and shit.
God, I think it'd be hard going on like right now because like, like we're so young. Like a lot of the people there are in the late 30s,
50s and shit. There was
or
that dude
even
that was in the
a lot of
70s.
people who are like retired army,
Yeah,
or
they're
retired navy or anything like that. It's just like
I'm 70 years old.
I'm so inexperienced when it comes to like dealing with people. Like, of course, I think I know how to be sneaky and conniving, but no way.
They have
dude.
a lifetime of
Yeah.
of
Besides, older
training.
people would just like each other more anyway, and no
That's
one likes
true.
young people.
Oh, that's true. I fucking hate young
Yeah.
people. Like, dude, put me in front of a group of like fucking anybody under 18, and I would probably be annoyed. I'm like,
Right? Yeah, it would just suck a whole lot. So, like, I don't know. So, how I would play Survivor, I would try to play both sides, but really for the most part, I think I would just try to make up what I can. I would try to do, like, the thing everyone else is doing that, like, keeps them under the radar. You know what I mean?
You're
So like
right.
go collect berries, or maybe go collect like firewood,
Yeah.
or go get the water, stuff like
Occasionally,
that.
yeah.
Do all the easy stuff, but the necessary stuff. That way, people can be like, at least they're doing something.
Exactly.
Because you get the people who just lay down all
Yeah,
day.
they're just like not.
How do
doing
you do
anything.
that on a game called Survivor?
I know they're just like, oh, I know how I'm gonna survive. I'm just gonna sleep it off.
They're just like,
sleep
oh,
it
I'm
off.
so tired. Like, I can't move that much because I got to save my energy. It's just like, well,
Okay.
I mean, that's a good way to get off, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a good way to
people
waste energy.
right?
It's like, oh, because I mean, your body like burns a shit ton of calories while it's asleep. So if you're already not getting that much calories,
I mean, it's not like a shit ton. It's still kind of a negligible amount, but like obviously you're gonna burn more doing labor like swimming or getting the fish or go getting the firewood or stuff like that. So I mean, like they kind of have the right idea, but I don't think anyone can fly under the radar like so much to just lay down the whole time.
Oh no. The people that are the fucking laziest are usually the ones that get voted off pretty early.
Yeah, really, I feel like it's the one with the like worst attitude.
Oh, the ones with the attitude get
the ones
first.
that just complain. I feel like
there are some assholes that make it to the end, but
see, being an asshole is different from just like complaining and bitching about everyone, because I remember there was like one season where the first one voted off was someone who was just like, y'all aren't doing anything, like you got to do this and you got to do that,
and they were like, fuck off.
Somehow she was shocked that people voted her off. It's like, you're yelling at everyone.
Yeah, I'm guessing they see it as leadership, but everybody's like, this fucking bitch, shut up.
I know, right?
Like, literally,
it's so hard to navigate for that reason. Like, of course she thought she was right. Like, she thought she was doing the right thing, but like, you know, people don't want to be bossed around. Like I said, everyone there is type A. They're there to win.
Exactly. They know what needs to be done, and if you just go out there and yell at them to do it, they're probably gonna go like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you tell people to do it, they don't want to do it.
Exactly. Fucking shocker. It's like whenever I'm about to like wash the dish and someone says wash the dish, I'm like, don't want to do them anymore.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
But like an integral part of that is having the people skills. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you gotta be
you gotta gossip.
Yeah, you gotta know who to talk shit to.
Yeah.
And you gotta know who to talk shit on, you know?
It's so difficult trying to draw the line as far as gossip goes, because it's like some people on there, like we said, are assholes. They don't care about anything.
They'll just gossip about anybody.
And then you have people who are like almost sweethearts. You know what I mean? They have like a lot of integrity and like a lot of respect for the others, so they don't shit talk. It's like, how do you determine which one you are? Like, because you have to go all in on one or the other.
That's true.
And either one could bite you in the ass.
I already know which type I would be.
What?
I'd be the type to literally just whoever fucked up the biggest that week, I'm gonna talk shit on them. Just to make sure.
That's a common school of thought. But even then, sometimes you get people who like lose challenges for people and they don't get voted off.
Yeah, just like I said, because as early in the episode they do something that pisses everybody off.
Yeah.
So like just because they didn't win that challenge, I mean,
right?
They did something else.
I think the best approach to do gossip is to start every single conversation with,
"You didn't hear this
I
from
heard."
me.
No. Start with, "I heard Alex say," and then start your original rumor. Because not too many people are going to get so many balls to ask who started a rumor.
It's true.
It just spreads.
You're just like, I heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know who I... Yeah, that's very true.
Right? Like, I heard this guy say that, or I heard them talking about this, even though they never did it at all.
Exactly. Or, like, maybe you did hear something, but it was like, you just twist the words a bit.
Right.
Kind of tweak them a bit and make it sound worse than it is. I think that's how I would play.
Yeah. That'd probably be the best way to do it. Maybe.
No.
So many people like try to get in each other's faces for something they said earlier, and then everyone's just so loose on their definitions.
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta know.
You could totally do that.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like some of the people that have made it within the final four or whatever, they do shit like that.
We're just basically talking about lying.
Yeah, just lie
like
a bit.
If you just lie.
Just lie a bit. I mean, I think lying's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on a game like Survivor, it's
fun.
literally outwit, outplay, outlast. Outwit, like, come on, you gotta lie.
Exactly. And like sometimes the most physical person there, like the most person,
right,
they don't end up winning.
They get out early.
Yeah, they get out thought.
Yeah.
Out thought. Out thunk.
Out thunk.
Their thinking brain isn't as strong as the other dudes. It's like, yeah, you were strong physically, but you're strong mentally.
See, it's hard to have like a strategy going in. Because I mean, you could say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this if this happens, or if the people are like that," but you don't account for the fact that
People change their minds.
not only do people change their minds, but like people are different when they're near death and they're starving, and when there's $1 million at stake.
Honestly, that's why I think Survivor is such a good show, is because it taps into like humanity's strongest emotions.
Oh yeah, without actually mentioning a whole lot of it, because everyone knows $1 million is at stake, but like they don't talk about it that much. It's just like these people on an island almost.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's just the people, but like you get to see humanity's true colors, because it's usually greed, anger, and fear that is the strongest motivator for people.
An honorable mention is hunger and thirst.
And being horny. That's also a really good one.
So you got the top 6 right there. So like greed. Let's talk about that. That one's
like that fucking fuels some people.
Oh, yeah. Like that's
just like, I just don't want anybody to have as much as me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fucking, some billionaires operate, you know?
You know, and some people feel like they have a whole lot of honesty or integrity, and then, you know, get on a game like Survivor when you actually have a chance at doing, like, getting $1 million just for, I would almost say, conniving people enough to be into the top 2 and then have people vote for you. Like, come on, that's got to be greed driven almost.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
In a sense, because you have to vote out other people, you have to trick other people, there's very few people who can do it without doing that.
Yeah, no,
and people know that.
I know,
like that's the game. That's what they say. It's always part of the game.
It's all about pissing off, because you know how the final 2 they vote who wins and who loses.
Yeah,
it's like you have to please more people than you piss off. You know, it's like, I pissed off these 5 people. They're definitely gonna vote for me. But
that's where the behind the scenes stuff gets in, because as long as they think you didn't have a hand in getting them off, but like as long as they didn't suspect you, they're gonna not have a total problem with you. And besides, people forgive and forget.
Yeah, it's true.
At the end of the day, it's about their mood.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I fucking hate that person. Yeah. He got me good.
And on the next day, they think about it. They're just like, hey, he wasn't that bad. He did what he had to do.
Exactly.
You're always flip flopping, and no one can blame you for that.
I know. They're like, God damn it! If I was just as clever as him, I would have done the same.
Which leads me into my next one. Like, so if you the 7 people vote at the end for the actual winner when it comes down to the final 2, I feel like that's where anger comes into play.
Oh yeah,
right?
Because powerful motivator.
Greed gets you all the way there, but if you're voted out, you're gonna have a lot of anger. Yeah, like, especially one of the 2, because how can you go there every 3 days and watch the people just get more money than you?
I know,
because every person who gets home, they get more money, like in an incremental amount, up to $100,000 for second place.
Oh, really?
Yes, second place gets $100,000. First place gets like 25, or I'm sorry, last place gets like 2,500.
Oh my god!
If I'm correct, I think this was on data a long time ago, like when they first started doing it. But I'm pretty sure they all get money.
Yeah. I mean, imagine being the 4th person gets voted, you get nothing.
Right? Yeah, the first person voted out gets 2,500, but no one else gets money until first and second.
I'd be pissed.
At that point, I'd want to be the first voted out. You get a 3-day vacation. Because it can't be that bad, getting hungry
the first
and
3
thirsty.
days. Yeah, the first 3 days are probably going to be the easiest.
And you get money.
Yeah.
You'll probably only be gone like a week max.
Oh, absolutely. Because then fucking you're only on the actual like island or location for like 3 days while they're prepping you beforehand.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. They probably have like maybe a little bit day trial run, get familiar with the land, and then actually do it. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they're hardcore about it.
Fuck, I
would like that part.
I'd like that narrative, but I doubt it. Yeah. Just because of, there was a while back there were allegations that like it's not actually an island, it's a peninsula, and people come and go as they please.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one
either. Not
the
contestants. They for sure have to stay on wherever they're staying.
No, yeah, absolutely. But I think they were talking about like the crew and shit, and like how they're never actually in danger. But
well, the crew, of course, isn't in danger. They gotta be pampered and comfy to actually be able to do what they need to do, I guess, if they're out there.
I know people just take television way too fucking seriously. Like, the whole. I don't know if you knew who James Gordon is,
James Corden.
Corden, yeah, fucking asshole. I don't care. He's
Yeah, the
he's a terrible
late
person.
talk show host or whatever.
Yeah, he's a terrible person, so I never bothered to learn his name. But
Right. Yeah, I don't. He's okay.
we'll talk about that later. But he has a segment, the karaoke car. Everybody
Right.
got upset that he's not actually driving.
Yeah.
I was like, well, no shit, he's not gonna drive.
Right.
Like he's. So I mean, and people got genuinely upset because they fucking took shit way too seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's weird getting genuinely upset, but I think they do film it in a way to where it kind of looks like he is driving. I'll give it that.
No,
you know?
yeah.
They keep it short. He does a lot of turns. You can hear this, like the blinker. I could definitely see the confusion because it's not like they're doing out of control stuff. They're just kind of driving, interviewing, and singing.
Right.
So, but yeah, getting mad over it is weird.
It's super strange to me. I don't understand that.
See, that's another thing of anger. It drives you to make a comment on something that doesn't even fucking matter.
I know, right? It's like you're going out of your way to make this angry comment, or you're going out of your way to just fucking shit on this poor person.
And relating back to Survivor, because we were talking about how like the jury has a shit ton of anger,
Yeah.
and it just comes down to their mood on who they vote for.
Mm-hmm.
This last season we watched, they always give the jury, the 7 people, a chance to ask the finalists a question.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
most of them didn't even ask a question. They just kind of said how neither of them deserved it.
Oh, that's
That's
fucking
it.
funny.
I was like, that's crazy. Like Jeff Probst kept saying, like, it's your
Right.
chance to ask him a question.
Who
Like,
actually has a question?
you know, this is your chance to, like, split the vote, or split the difference, or it gives you a chance to clarify stuff.
It's like,
all
all
of
you
that-
did was carry water. I did way more shit than
Yeah.
you. What the hell?
All of them are just like, I should be up there, or you're the worst, or you
Yeah.
lied, you're a piece of shit. Probably only 3. I'd actually say 3 people who asked a question. It was insane.
You know?
It was not right.
It's like, it's like,
That
obviously I
season
do.
sucked anyway, though.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, well, obviously I do deserve it because you guys are fucking got voted out.
See, everyone was an asshole. Everyone was so mad for no reason the entire season. I think that's why it sucked. Season 4 sucked.
Yeah, everybody's just pissed off. What was the location on that? Was it an island or
Like the
Savannah?
Marquesian Islands.
Oh my god.
Somewhere,
I'm
I
gonna
think
act like I know where that is.
Polynesia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They were in one of the most remote places of the world.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah, I know, right? They
That's
were completely
terrifying.
away from everyone. Yeah,
Mhm.
and once I saw it on a map, it was like in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
That's
like,
fucking terrifying.
that's just a lot of water.
It really is, because even if they do like a test run or something, like getting
Yeah.
prepped for the island, they're like, hey, get used to this because it's like fucking thousands of miles that way from the nearest
See,
land.
and that, I feel like that brings in fear.
Yeah,
But another reason I feel like a camera crew is watching them 24/7 is for shit like that.
yeah,
You can't have someone be in a boat and accidentally float away and not notice until hours later, because then that's way too late for them to do anything.
right.
You have to have like 3 cameramen at all times watching everyone, making sure that no one's like gonna die.
Yeah.
Because even if you have all 16 people sign a waiver that says whatever happens, it's just not good PR.
Exactly. Oh, someone fucking died on Survivor.
Yeah. Imagine, I think losing someone is way worse than seeing someone die. Imagine if you said we had a guy drift off in his boat, we haven't found his body.
But we
That's
are for
way
sure looking.
worse.
Oh, absolutely. They're like, we are definitely looking for a body at this point. Like, we have no idea when the fuck he drifted away.
At this point, it's very possible he was Star Trekked into space.
Yeah, no kidding. He's probably closer to space than he is anywhere else in the world at the moment. So that kind of like, you know where Point Nemo is?
Yeah.
It's like-
You've talked about this. It was like the opposite side of the moon.
Well, no, Point
Part of the
Nemo.
story. Oh,
it's
wait,
like
it's on
the
the Earth?
closest. Yeah, it's on Earth. It's like in the middle of like buttfuck nowhere,
Right.
and like the closest human interaction you'll ever get is the fucking astronauts in the International Space Station floating over.
Yeah.
Like that's the closest anybody's
Oh,
gonna be.
okay, yeah.
So could you imagine having to do a fucking, like, an episode, I guess, or a season of Survivor on that point?
I don't think it would matter so much where it is. I feel like you could have Survivor in fucking Vegas. You know what I mean? And it like, because as long as you just keep people away from people,
that's
that's the point of the show. You could have them in a Hunger Games arena, surrounded by people, watching them. And as long as they have no contact except those 15 people and Jeff Probst,
dude. That's actually
you're going to drive them to the core of the show, which is just to survive wherever they are.
that honestly, Um, think about Urban Survivor. It's like, hey,
Urban
you have to survive
Oh
in
my
the city
god.
with like basically
Yeah.
nothing
Imagine that they give you like $6,000 and you have to survive
in
for
like
two months.
New York City.
New York City? Not that intense. Oh my god.
Well, I mean,
In
$6,000
Harlem.
in Harlem. Yeah,
That's
that's
still New York
Staten Island.
City.
Staten Island,
Right.
the worst fucking part of Staten Island in New York. I mean, honestly, that'd be a hoot and a half.
A hoot and a half. So the goals are you have to like find a job and then you have to find an affordable place and then you have to furnish your place
Yeah, whoever has the
and then
best
you have to develop 5 friends, find a relationship.
have
It's
to
a big
build your,
5 right there.
you have to build your life in New
Yeah,
York.
because it'd be all about if Survivor is about building a new society and being the only one left, then Urban Survivor is building a new life.
In society.
Yes, in society.
Fuck.
What? So how would they all just be against each other, or like
Yeah,
how would it work? Would they ever
so
interact
it's
with each
like-
other or what?
No. The way it would
What?
work. The way it would
That's
work.
weird. See, I feel like they need to interact with each other. in order
Okay,
to
maybe
make it
they
a little
can
more
interact with each
interesting.
other, but like I'm just saying, like whoever has the nicest apartment and the nicest like life after.
A lot of that is so subjective, though. See, that's
you-
the problems you run into. Because if you don't have, like, of course you could do it by like competitions, like find a job or find a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. But it's like if you have like a bunch of ties, which you will, how do you break those? It has to be like challenge based rather than like prettiest apartment or best life because that's totally subjective.
In that case, like the challenge is like, all right, you're on this side of the city. You better run. Your subway's about to leave in 7 minutes. You better run. I guess
Oh,
that
that'd
was-
be a good challenge.
Yeah, and there's just a crowded like trying to drive through Times Square because I feel like
Right.
driving in New York is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Like
Or get a promotion
first one to get a promotion wins.
in 2 months. That'd actually be pretty impressive.
Honestly, yeah, I'm like fucking hats off to you, dude. You
Imagine
guys
if
worked
you
your
like
ass
built
off.
that whole life in New York City. Like,
Now you can't
or
go
would it
back
be
to
like
the-
a Truman's World type situation, or would it be like kind of part real life, part controlled?
part real
know what I
life,
mean?
part controlled? Like people that are willing to like move to New York City because they're fucking over whatever life they had already.
Right.
Those
Well,
people.
what I'm saying is like, so you know how in regular Survivor, they know everything that's on the island. They know everything in their vicinity.
Right.
They know what's gonna happen, what kind of wildlife is there. If you have Urban Survivor, are you gonna hire like say 50 actors to kind of disperse and kind of guide people through their way, like in the Urban Survivor game, without them knowing, but then also leave a lot of it up to fate? For example, like they're not gonna interfere with them getting a job. They're not gonna interfere with them going out and trying to find friends in a relationship.
Right.
But they would kind of just like I guess point them in the directions so that way not everyone is completely fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kind of have like make it a level playing field for everyone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think that would just be so fucking fascinating now that I'm thinking about
yeah.
it. Like if they just had like a team of 50 actors being able to kind of just like point people in the right direction.
Yeah. I feel like I'd watch at least a season of that just to
At
see
least.
just to
Yeah.
see what happens.
You could even choose a city like I don't know, not New York City.
No, that'd be way too hard. So
Maybe a city like Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Or maybe a city like or Vegas. Yeah. You
Vegas,
could do
yeah.
Vegas.
Oh, that'd be the fun. That'd be the
Yeah.
fun season. That's season 5
Exactly.
material right there.
I was about to say season 5 or 6. Whenever people start dropping off, but you need to get them back.
I know. You're like, oh fuck these.
Hell, why keep it in the U.S.? We need to like expand.
Honestly, in fucking
Yeah,
UK,
where else?
maybe not even London. Maybe like a small remote village in the UK somewhere.
Maybe. Yeah, but then that'd be the same as like that's not Urban Survivor.
I know that, but like just
You need
like
to do Urban Survivor.
urban. Then in that case, Paris.
Oh, imagine doing like Beijing or something.
Oh my
A
god,
place with like millions and millions.
of people. Oh my god,
Hong
that'd be
Kong or like Seoul. Man,
North Korea.
that would be difficult.
It's like, all right, guys.
Because then you have all the elements of being in a foreign place you're not very familiar with, and then you got to make a life there.
Yeah.
Wow.
that one's a fucking good one.
Yeah,
somewhere
we really gotta
somewhere-
like get on this shit.
Oh my god, we should pitch that.
Yes.
It's like, hey guys, you guys heard a Survivor, but
Get all the challenges going.
honestly, it's
We need to have a list of challenges, a list of metrics to win. You know,
Yeah, it's like who can eat the most
the
street food.
infrastructure plan to be
Yeah.
able to surveil everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Because it'd be harder to do it if everyone was individual, 16 people, because then you need to have like 32 cameramen, 2 per person.
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe you could do it like whenever they're in their, because obviously eventually they'll find a little hut or apartment somewhere.
Yeah, I think it'd be more apartment style.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of like
maybe even motel, hotel.
Yeah, maybe. Well, depending with whatever they choose to, because they just
whatever's
give them the
most
money.
cost efficient.
They give them the money like, here, fucking try to live.
Yeah.
And then
You could even go homeless and save that money to do other shit, like bribe people.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, if you commit federal crimes on Urban Survivor, do they count against you?
Yes. I feel like you don't get arrested, but like if you
So you're saying there's game penalties rather than being prosecuted?
Yeah.
Because what I'm asking is, if you bribe someone using your 6K in Urban Survivor, like obviously you can't do that. That's a crime. Like you can't do it. So are they gonna get prosecuted by the government if an outside entity says, fuck this?
In a case like that, they'll in the waiver it'll come in like, hey, don't commit a fucking crime, because if you do commit a crime, you will go to jail. We're not gonna protect you.
See, part of my reasoning is like, of course you shouldn't commit a crime,
and then outline each, like what's allowed, what's not allowed. You know?
Yeah, I go back and forth on it because I understand why you shouldn't commit a crime to build your new life in this society, but it's also like, crime happens everywhere. You can't hide it. Some people are able to do it and get away with it.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like it's not a matter of don't commit a federal crime.
Just don't get caught committing a federal crime.
Exactly, because if you're going to have the cameraman with them, 2 cameramen with them 24/7, then the person, like, they have to be complicit in doing it.
Yeah.
The main goal here is truly not getting caught.
Or they could do it like vlog style. Like, hey, right. Like, hey, you instead of cameramen,
that's not fair though, because you never know what's going to happen behind the scenes. That's why you need cameramen. They can't have outside help. They can't be getting more money from outside sources. That's like unapproved, like just unauthorized handouts. Because of course a stranger can be like, here's this money, but it's not like they can scheme behind the scenes, and be like, right. I need you to meet me here to bring me this. That's why you need the cameraman on them.
I mean, even then, like, if you need the cameraman on them all the time, what if it's do it vlog style? Like, they have to be filming the entire time.
Right.
That's
like, just a lot of production value.
It really is.
I mean,
it fucking
you could hook them up with a camcorder.
A body cam, yeah.
But I feel like people aren't that entertaining, I'll be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Like you throw a man on random television.
Then they just send their footage. They're like, here, everybody needs to check in. Send us your footage.
Right.
And then they'll send you the footage, and then you...
It's probably going to be ass footage.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously. I feel like they cut a lot of mundane shit out of Survivor as it is.
Right. See, that would be boring to work, like, the graveyard shift, like, filming the people sleep just to make sure they don't, like,
try to
get
fuck
up.
each other.
Yeah, I know, right? That has to, like, almost happen. But someone in there has to be like, hey, you got to, like, wait for that one. Wait till you're back at the States. Like,
it's like, whoa. If you get pregnant, dude.
Right. It's not in anyone's best interest, because not only do you have a pregnancy problem, but I mean, no one's cleaning themselves. No one's got showers. Ew. It's not like anyone brought protection as a luxury item.
Shit. Like, everybody's allowed one luxury. And, like, who brought the condom?
And if everyone there is fucking, then it's like, you're gonna spread some STDs. You're all gonna die. This isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
You're there for a month in like a week or two. It's not good for business.
It really isn't. Like, imagine for one season of Survivor, every contestant just gets crabs or gonorrhea or some shit.
Oh my god, if they all got like syphilis and gonorrhea, they just like
and
could not like compete in anything.
Just was like very disappointed in them. Like, so everybody here is gonorrhea. Cool.
You see, there was actually I think in season 2. They ran out of rice and rations, and so they didn't know how to hunt because, of course, they had the rations. And so kind of late in the game, for I think the last 2 weeks, Jeff has to be like, what happened? He kind of scolds him and bitches him out. And then he makes him a deal. He gives him enough rice to last the rest of the game, but he wants, like, basically their tarps and, like, the stuff that covers them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so I imagine if everyone got STDs, it'd be like, I have the medicine right here, but I get to fuck you.
I get to fuck you as well.
It's either going to be that or he wants the rest of their food. He's like, you got to choose. It's death or death,
I like my headcanon is Jeff wants to, like, all right, I get to rid you guys of STDs, but I get to fuck you.
Yeah.
Everybody has a mandatory fuck day.
It's in like it's part of the Survivor contract. It's like the contract is like this thick.
Like,
No one reads all of it because they can't afford a lawyer, and so
do not get STDs because Jeff will fuck you.
yeah, they're legally protected. Jeff is legally protected, I should say.
Yeah, no shit. But no, I can't believe that he fucking did that. That's
It kind of was insane. I remember I was in the middle of doing something. I wasn't actually watching it. And, like, I heard him start talking, and I'm like, oh, my God, is he getting them in trouble right now? I'm like,
like
it was one of the
scolding
best
them.
things ever to watch an adult scold, like, 6, 7 other adults.
You know,
Truly was the most hilarious shit I've seen on reality TV.
I know, especially it's the name of the game, Survivor, and like you fail to survive.
And
I
they
have to
just-
step in and help you guys.
Dude, they were so bad. Like, they were just limping around.
Oh,
Like, they were barely doing
no.
anything. They were starving to death.
Jesus Christ.
Because otherwise, I don't think they would have stepped in.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
shit. They
They
were
would have
like-
just been like, they probably behind the scenes were like, go hunt, go do this, go do that.
They're
Like, we're
"I
not giving you
can't, I
anything.
can't."
And they try, and I bet one of them fainted, and they're just like, all right, we got to do
I
something.
know, we have to do it in reverse. Like, obviously, they're fucking, we don't want them to die,
Yeah.
but we need a headcanon.
Exactly. We need to be able to, like,
Bully
make
these
this
people.
reasonable, make it an actual Survivor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, how embarrassing.
Yeah. And the best part, my favorite part is that Jeff was like, you get no shelter, but you lost your shelter privileges.
Yes, that's kind of what it was. He
That's
kind of
baller.
grounded them.
Yeah,
Right?
he grounded them. What was it a tropical climate that season? Or?
It was Australia. It was the Australian outback, but there was a lot of rain in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a lot of rain. That's a lot of sun, and it gets really cold
Yeah.
at night too.
See, yeah, they were having that problem.
Yeah, dumbasses.
See, the freaking weather, man. That's something you don't consider too. Like,
are you sensitive to the weather?
you asked that like the weather owes me money and he hasn't paid up.
like,
Are
George-
you sensitive to the weather?
It's a trigger warning.
Dude, if anything, you're sensitive to the weather man.
Fuck off. It's the weatherman's scary, dude. I still don't trust that motherfucker.
I'm not sensitive to the weather. Like, I don't get migraines or anything. I don't, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I sneeze a lot. I get allergies. Does that count? Is that
No,
what you're
that's
talking
more
about?
of a pollen issue. That's more of a beef with plants that you have than you do
And
with
wind.
And wind. But I mean, as
Fuck,
for
I'm gonna
weather,
sneeze now just talking about
Yeah.
it, man. I'm gonna placebo myself and like get allergies just now.
But you know, it's like, so you said that you don't get migraines. Is that in the heat or is that in extreme cold?
What do you mean? I don't get migraines.
I know that, but like you said, you don't get migraines because of the weather. Like, do you not get like? I guess I should say like Are you more of a fan of extreme cold or extreme heat?
I guess I'd rather be cold because you could just put on jackets
Layers,
and clothes and
yeah.
get a heater and get a well insulated room.
That's very true. Once you're hot, you're
But-
hot. You can't.
I mean, once you start increasing the temperature, there's only so much you can do before shit catches on fire.
I know. Or
Like-
before you decide to strip naked just because it's so unbearable.
Yeah, and then after that, you can't do anything else.
I know. You just
So-
the next step is like jumping in the shower.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, so to seriously answer your question about the weather, I mean, sometimes the weather is a bitch to everyone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like extreme cold and wind
It's everybody's
fucks
problem.
me up.
Everybody's problem. Yeah.
I mean, I do have a little bit of eczema, so like extreme heat will make me a little bit like itchy in like some spots, like my arms or my
Mhm.
wrists.
Right.
That's where I get a ton of it now.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it just comes from I guess being dry skin maybe, and
Yeah.
that comes from like the heat or extreme conditions like the wind or shit getting on me. I don't know, man. Like,
I mean,
but of course that shit fucks with everyone. Like I said, it's not just me.
no,
like,
yeah,
at that
yeah.
point.
Then again, like I will say, like I'm, whenever it's like above, like 100-degree weather, I'm perfectly okay. Like I don't sweat at all unless I'm
Right.
like running or doing some physical activity. But as
It's
soon
brutal.
as it goes sub 70 degrees, I start shivering.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
can't handle
weird.
cold at all. Like I love the cold, which is weird because it's probably I like the winter probably a little. I like the winter, but I also like the summer. I don't know.
Some
but,
people from Florida act.
I know. Yeah,
It's 8 degrees, and they're like, this is winter now.
I know. Or like some people in fucking Wisconsin, it's like negative fucking 30 degrees and they're wearing shorts.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it's
I
not
wish
a
I could
big
be
deal.
that tolerant to cold.
Oh my god, me too. That's a fucking
Imagine
Nord
like
blood.
just being in shorts at like 35 degrees, thinking it's a nice day
Thinking I'm
outside.
like, oh, it's a nice little, it's a little
I
hot
won't
out
lie.
here.
Sometimes the sun, like if the sun's out, it can definitely give you some heat and warmth,
Yeah, yeah.
especially if you're wearing black. But
Which I usually am.
I'm no Minnesotan.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm no like no what? How would you call a person from Montana? A Montanan?
Montaners. Oh. Mountaineers. I don't know.
Mountaineers? Maybe. I don't know.
Fucking, I don't know.
I'm no northern guy. I'll say that.
We'll call them Hannahs.
Hannah's?
Montanas.
Oh my god.
But that reminds me, there was a dude in Canada. Whenever it was like 20 years ago, he was like a young guy. And he was like, my hockey team just made the finals. I'm not gonna wear any shorts. I'm only gonna wear shorts until they win the league.
What?
And they end up choking that league, and then they end up choking for like 20 years straight
No.
until just recently. So like he's just been wearing shorts for like
How much
20
of a
years.
slave to sports do you have to be?
Yeah.
It's not like the team cared, because I'm sure eventually they heard about this guy who was wearing shorts until they won. But it's not like they cared.
No, yeah,
You know,
they were like,
they
fuck
don't.
that guy.
Yeah,
You're
they don't.
putting
They
pressure
pay
on
if
me.
they lose. They get paid if they lose. They don't give a shit.
I
They're
know.
like, yeah, that guy's stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
they
that
pretty much
guy is
were.
way more stupid than the guy paying us to lose.
Yeah.
Wearing shorts for a team that doesn't even care about you.
It wasn't even. Yeah, it wasn't even until like. So I think in hockey, I think they play like 5 games. The hockey team already won 3, but they were just gonna go and play the 4th just as a
Right.
fucking, I don't know, formality, I guess. And when soon as they found out that, like, oh yeah, we already won, let's go ahead and invite that guy, you know.
Oh.
So they invited him out to the ice and shit, and he finally put on pants. I'm like, you were doing that for attention. You weren't doing. You could have put on pants at any time.
Yeah, but like, what kind of publicity? That's shitty publicity.
It
You know
is.
what I mean? It's not like he can make money off of wearing
Being
shorts
the guy that just
only.
wears shorts in the fucking negative 30-degree weather.
No, dude,
You
that's
just look like
that's
stupid.
just stupid extreme commitment, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's unnecessary as fuck. Like,
Right.
he probably killed all the nerve endings in his legs. Like,
Well, I mean, you just look like you're a loser. You know, that's it. You're wearing shorts every day just because of this sports team that can't win. You give it a break. You know, do
Yeah.
yourself a favor,
no, it's like
and just why don't you live life according to yourself and not according to this sports team that keeps losing?
I know, maybe he just had no personality. He was like, this sports team is my personality.
Maybe he just really loved wearing shorts, and he knew the
didn't wanna-
sports team was ass, and so it was just his like excuse
Excuse,
to wear
yeah.
shorts.
Just like, I just look so fucking good in these.
Yeah,
I need
He
to come up with a shitty excuse.
he just didn't want to come off as vain.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, you know, just wearing them in support.
Exactly. He's just like showing off his dad calves.
yes. That's a guy that you can tell does leg day every day, all
Yeah.
day.
He's just like, oh yeah, no.
His calves have abs.
His calves have abs, and Jesus Christ, I want to be
Right.
that strong.
Yeah, man. That must have been it. He just was looking for an excuse.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, poor guy. I feel like might have frozen his balls off at one point because what's the point?
Speaking of that, do you have like a go-to excuse? Maybe not a go-to, but favorite.
Favorite.
Like, do you have one that
Ooh.
you've used maybe even once, but it just was so creative?
You were
that
just
you're
like,
this was good.
Yeah, honestly. Anytime I need to get out of something and I just don't want to do it, I always I just mention the fact that I'm in college,
Oh,
and they usually let it slide. Like I remember, one of my old jobs, they would ask me to come. It was finals week. That part was true,
right.
but I told them I had like 18 finals, and they believed me.
18.
And I was like, all right, cool. I got a whole week off at work. So
Do you think that I lost my birth certificate would be a good excuse?
I lost my birth certificate.
Yeah.
Ooh. I feel like it's urgent enough and just dumb enough to be like, okay, he must not be lying, because who the fuck lies about losing their birth certificate?
Exactly. That's an excuse you can use once, but it's pretty hard to question a person about losing it. You can't prove you lost it.
I know. It's like, oh yeah, where'd you lose it? Like, I don't know.
Fuck if I know. I just can't
Fuck,
find it.
like,
Like, you got
dude,
because
if I knew where it was, I
most
wouldn't be
people
here.
will think you didn't actually like lose it, but that you're having trouble finding it because, like we said, who the fuck loses it? So really, in either case, you're covered because
Mhm.
people are either thinking that you're looking for it or you legit lost it and need a new one.
I know, and you come back and then like the next day, and they're like,
Yeah.
"So did you find your birth certificate?" Like, "Yeah, I actually did."
See, well, the thing is, it could be like a week thing. For
Yeah.
example, if you have to contact the hospital and go through the steps to get a new one or whatever, then you can be like, sorry, I gotta go do this thing, or I gotta go pick up my birth
Yeah.
certificate. See, because that's one that can get you out of things 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
You can say I lost it, so
I'm
you're
gonna
searching
go
for it, or I gotta go
to
to
the
wherever to get a new one, and then I gotta go pick it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a 3-part. And it's not like anyone can question you, because what you can say is you can say you're renewing your passport.
Oh, that's
And
also
that
a
you
really
would need
good
it.
one.
Or that your passport expired and that you need a new one. Because
You
that
gotta
would
take
get
the
you out of so much
pictures, you
more,
have to
because
go-
now you have the passport excuses.
Oh my god, we're just giving you guys these for
Yeah,
free.
honestly. These are things you can only use once, but like, well, if you do it, you can get out of the things
For
possibly even
a
9
week.
times in a row.
Yeah.
9
yeah.
weeks in a row, I'd say.
Yeah, no kidding. You're like, oh man, because honestly, some of those offices take fucking forever,
Oh, yeah.
and so you're just
Yeah.
like, sorry, I gotta go check in on my fucking passport, or I gotta go check in.
Act annoyed as shit, but really you're just going to go watch a movie.
Yeah, exactly. You're just staying at home, like, I don't want to go to work today.
Right.
What legal document did I lose today?
What legal document? See, I feel like you couldn't use the excuse of like, oh, I lost my birth certificate, and then be like, I lost my social. But you can do, I lost one or the other, and then I need to get a passport.
Yeah. Mhm.
That one I think works seamlessly. I think you should also throw in something about voting. If you do it during an election,
Yeah.
and then you
Oh,
can
yeah.
do the thing where you renew your registration, because then you got to vote, which is a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And that the registration one doesn't work as well when you're in the office, because I can just
Yeah,
fill it out right
that's
then and there.
true.
But like even then, I can like, oh, I still got to go mail it in.
Mail it in, or you got to go perhaps even pick it up.
Yeah.
Or I think you might have to go to the county board if you want to change your political
Yeah,
affiliation.
you do. There's a whole
Yeah.
form you got to fill out, and you can either mail it in or bring it directly to them.
See, exactly.
So fucking take advantage of that. Register to vote and fucking exercise that right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now this is just a PSA.
Yeah. no, make them your bitch this election.
No, yeah, I've never used any of those excuses about the whole passport or the birth certificate.
No, me
or
neither. These
anything,
were off the
but
dome.
Damn, I'll have to keep those in mind.
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, the most part, whenever I'm a little late, like maybe 10, 15
Imagine
minutes.
saying you
10
lost your birth certificate when you're 10 minutes late to work.
No. I'm saying I like to keep these in mind because I obviously don't want to keep using the final. Like, oh, I
Right.
have finals, because that only works in May.
May and
Like,
December.
those are
for
fucking
3
you can
times a
use,
week.
Yeah, those you can use any time of the year, and it makes sense. But like, it's definitely a nice backup to being just a little late.
Right.
Like, oh, traffic or
Locksmith is a pretty good one too.
oh yeah, like I lock my
Because,
keys in my car.
Yeah.
Unless they know what kind of car you drive, and like, well, it's impossible because with my car it's impossible to do that. But
Right. But even then, like, even if you have like fobs that beep, like the battery can run out. Because that
Yeah.
happened to me one time.
Oh,
That actually, yeah, like the old car I used to drive, it was like a push start or something. No, or it was like an automatic thing.
Mhm.
But the key battery died, and I was just too lazy to replace it. And there I am at 7-Eleven, locked my fucking keys in my car.
that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That's
Guess what? My
your
phone
fault.
was in there too.
Oh my god.
Yes, my keys were in my car. My phone was in there. Pretty sure my wallet was in there too. I think that's
Dude.
how I knew, was because I went to go pay for something I was buying.
Mhm.
I was like, oh wait, let me go get my wallet.
And then it was
And
just
then it's a bone
oh.
city. Yeah. Luckily, my friend lived like less than a quarter mile away,
Oh, that's
so I just like
nice.
walked there.
That's fucking balls, though.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I would
Yeah,
cry.
it could have been so much worse. I'll be honest.
No,
everything could
absolutely.
have been so much worse, to the point where it's like, damn.
No, you were lucky you were close by your friend's house.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were like maybe 10 miles away from them.
Dude,
Or
yeah, I
you
mean,
were
at
on the
that point, you
highway.
could just, take the cashier's phone or some pay phone. Not even take it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
would be able to help you.
Hopefully.
But that would just be so awkward
I know,
and
like,
embarrassing.
oh my god, that would be emasculating. Like, hey, I
Yeah.
fucking locked my wallet,
Well,
my
the thing
keys, and my
is,
phone in there.
I did end up going to tell the cashier that I locked my keys in my car, because I knew that my car would be there another hour,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for the spare key to be brought to me. And I told him I was parked right out front, but I told him because like I didn't want him to call the cops and get it towed,
Right.
but also because I didn't want someone to break in there
Right.
and have
like,
no sort of paper trail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Keep an eye. Like that's my car. This is my face.
Yeah,
If you see
because
anybody
my
in
wallet and phone were like straight up like on the console or in the passenger seat.
there. Yeah,
like,
that's a fucking
a quick break in,
ticket.
and they could get my wallet and phone, and that's it. That's the end of it, and my keys for that matter.
I know. With that being said, would you rather lose your phone or your wallet?
Phone.
Phone. You would rather you lose your phone?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I keep.
Your wallet. I mean, you got your cards in there. I mean, that.
Well, I mean, with
the
my phone, if I
financial
have
stuff is a lot harder to break.
If I have my phone though, I can call the bank and cancel that.
Everyone has a phone. Just use your mom's phone. Use your dad's phone. Use your friend's phone. Use your sister's phone.
I'm
to
just
call
saying.
anyone.
What if you're like
Because as
well,
long
in
as
this
you have-
situation? In this
here's the thing.
situation,
As
you
long as
didn't
you
have
your
anybody with
license,
you.
You can use someone's phone. I mean, you can ask for quarters to even go to a payphone.
No, I would rather lose my wallet because I can just cancel everything.
I would not rather lose my wallet because if you have cash there, that stuff you just can't get back.
Well, that's why I don't use cash anymore.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, if you're caught in between,
I mean,
you never know. That's the thing. I could stand to lose my phone at any time, even if sometimes my phone would be more inconvenient to lose than my wallet. It's not a risk I'm willing to take because I never know what sort of circumstances are going to happen if I lose one or the other. So I'd rather just say I could lose the phone all the time than say I would rather lose my wallet every time because not only that, I mean, I have a nice wallet, so
fuck off.
So I don't want to lose that. But then, like, my license, I'd have to pay for a new one of those.
It's like $20. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I know, but like, come on, you still got to get to the DMV. Because think about it. Like, imagine you get pulled over on your way to the DMV to get a new one, and you don't have your license.
Well, that's why I keep a picture of my license on my phone for that exact reason.
Yeah, I guess.
Driving school.
What if you lose your wallet and phone?
That's not the question.
I don't
though.
know if it's super safe to have that on your phone because people can like tap into your phone without you knowing, can get your address, get your license number, date of birth.
I mean, it was back. I only did that whenever I had a shitty phone and nobody would fucking bother with it. But like now anymore. But like sometimes, hell, sometimes I keep like important shit on me. Like if I go to a concert, I'm not gonna take my wallet. I just keep my card and my card and my ID in my phone case.
See, I would rather lose the phone every time. I think it's harder to get into your phone if you have a passcode. There's just a bunch of different combinations it could be. Whereas with your cards and stuff, they could still get in one good purchase. You know what I mean?
Then you can report it as fraud.
Yeah, but they still kind of get away with it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
for example, they use your card, like they steal your wallet, immediately go to Walmart, get something, and then they walk out. I mean, for sure, like they could trace it back, but like, what if they don't? And what if some sort of fucky circumstances happen, like they can't get the footage, or they're too late in contacting them, and that person is like long gone, or that person is not even from the area, and so they can't even track them, or they can't even recognize them. I mean, that's the person. Of course, you might get your money back, but like they still get away with it in a sense because they still got whatever they wanted. High purchase from Walmart.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the success rate in capturing.
Yeah. But then you have to like talk to your bank and be like, "Well, that wasn't me." Like you have to prove it. I just feel like dealing with money, it's a lot harder to go through and a lot more of a headache than being like, lost my phone, just try to shut it down remotely and make it not work, and then
right. I don't know, man. I guess I lost my phone, and it was the worst thing that had ever happened in my life.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Apple Pay on your phone, though, then I guess you're fucked too.
No, yeah, that's why I was terrified.
Right, but I guess you need a passcode or like Touch ID for that.
Touch ID.
I guess maybe they wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, whatever. But still, it's still.
So
I
think your phone, seriously, like would be more convenient to lose than your wallet.
I don't know, man. I feel like just for me, it's just the quickness to respond. Like if let's say like in your circumstance you were by yourself, you didn't have anyone near, and like, let's say you were fucking hiking or some shit,
right?
You lose your wallet. You can just
why
call
would you
right
have
then
your
and there.
wallet on you when you're hiking?
It's just the fucking what if. I'm not saying you will.
Well, I mean that's not a realistic what if, is what I'm saying.
Well, I have my wallet on me when I hike.
It's pointless. Why?
Because if I'm gonna hike, I'm like, what if I come across like, because I hike in the Mount Scott. You know how you hike and then there's Medicine Lake where there's little shops and shit. If you don't have your wallet on you, I guess have your wallet on you can't buy anything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have a point there, but
or what
at
if
the
you
same time,
lost,
I mean, if you're going hiking, Yeah, I mean, I guess you could carry your license is one thing, but that's carrying your license is totally different than carrying your wallet because that would totally implies that you have your cards and cash on you too, which is
Right.
just not something you definitely don't need it if you're gonna go hiking. You definitely don't need it if you're gonna go camping, and so like that's why it's not super realistic. I don't think it's the best what if because I mean, of course, you're just going there to camp. I mean, you're gonna
But I
lose
mean,
your
even
phone
then,
more
you still
likely
bring
than
your wallet
anything.
to go camping. I don't.
I mean, you just leave it in your car. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, you could do that, but I'm just saying, like, you
you're not.
bring it.
I'm
You
saying
don't
you're
just
not
leave it
gonna
at
have it
home.
on you. Yeah, people. But I'm saying people just they don't have their phone and wallet in hand whenever they're going hiking. They just don't.
I do.
They just don't.
I do.
I mean, like most people, like they recognize that. Like, I mean, you might lose it, and if they're going on a trail that has no shops, which a lot of them don't have any shops, or they might not have any
You can carry a
merchandise.
lot of cool shit in a wallet, man.
I don't know, man.
Like a little multi-tool or something. Yeah, you can do that.
I guess, but like then more or less that would just be a container more than anything, a small little
Still a
container. You can have a
wallet.
cigarette holder, like for that matter,
Still
you
a
know.
wallet.
So I feel like losing your phone would be more likely to
When
happen
does a
if you're
wallet
going.
become a container, and when does a container become a wallet?
I-
Like
I
if I
guess-
carry a fucking Tupperware with me and I put money in it, is that my wallet?
Yeah, I'm just basically the point I'm trying to make is that there's a lot more liability if you take your wallet with your cards and cash and shit in there along with your phone if you're not planning to spend money like on your hike. Even if you are planning to spend money, you could just carry a 20 with you in your backpack and your license. If that's
Never
all you
know.
need.
I'm just
Like,
saying, you never know.
it just seems you could say you never know to anything. You could say you never know to any sort of situation that could ever happen
My favorite
come
get out
up
of jail free card,
and,
dude.
and come up with any sort of counterpoint and just say you never know. But like realistically,
But
like
goddamn it, if it doesn't
people aren't
work.
gonna carry their wallets if they're just gonna go hiking. Like, if anything, they'll just have their phone to take pictures with and a 20 if there's a place to buy water. I mean, that's just it,
Well, even then, like I said, I carry my wallet.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to acknowledge that it's a rational argument that I'm making.
No, I'm not, and I'm not saying that it's not. Like I don't know where you're getting that idea. I'm just saying, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Mauro Romero02.
You guys can find me at _George Richard and be sure to follow the show at Tame Mayhem where you can watch us go live every week.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Love you guys. Bye.